Yo, tap in, we talk that game. NBA pick and roll, know the name. Get the scoop on hoops, night by night. Latest news, we break it right on the court, off the court too. Trade talks, takes, and the hot hand truth. Who's hot, who's not? We call that shot. We seen the streaks and the cold spots. Player of the week, shine real clean. Bum of the week, know what I mean? We debate, we laugh, we break it down. One more take from the whole damn town. Get the scoop on hoops. Get the scoop on hoops. Who's hot, who's not? We call it like we watch. Get the scoop on hoops. Get the scoop on hoops. Player of the week. Up the week. From the box score to the block party talk. Fast break facts when the big step out. Guard got sauce, forward got grind. Center on the glass with the old school mind. Friendly debate when the takes get loud. One says yes, one says nah, good crowd. Stats get spun, but the eye still know. With the fourth quarter cold, we let it show. No fake love, just hoops and proof. Every week fresh, every segment tune. Pull up, post up, let the whole crew hear. NBA pick and roll, that weekly ear. Get the scoop on hoops. Get the scoop on hoops. Who's hot, who's not? We call it like we watch. Get the scoop on hoops.
Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to the Pick and Roll Podcast. I'm here with my guys, Coach Ed, Blaze Radio, and I'm here with Rios from the Jets Fans Podcast. What is up, guys?
I just realized I have a Dylan Harper jersey. It's actually
Oh,
Kawhi.
wow.
But it's Kawhi, but
I've learned some
God.
new words to describe Wemby today. Just for today, I learned some new words how to describe him
oh,
in
geez.
different languages.
Oh, no.
I got to
All
talk
right.
about Dylan Harper real quick, though, if I can
Go for
start
it.
us off.
Yeah.
So I've watched a bunch of shows this week, and shout out to Coach and his Knicks. Congratulations. They were the best team in the postseason by far. But I heard you say something kind of, and I know you're being a homer about it, and you said you were biased, but saying Dylan Harper's the best player on the Spurs right now. It's a little hard. It's a little hard to take because I'm looking at their careers, and it's still Wemby, Fox, Castle, and then Harper right now. In Game 5, he was the best player on the Spurs by far, but he didn't win Rookie of the Year. Castle and Wemby did. Fox, even though I've been really rough on him, and he was terrible in the postseason, has had a great career as far as putting up numbers and leading teams. So
He was the Knicks' best player. What
Yeah.
you mean?
I know. I agree. I know where you're coming from, Coach, and I'm a big fan of Harper now because of what he's done. But I want to see him do more before I'm going to put him best on that team because I think those other guys have done it longer and better. And now we forget Wemby. Wemby could have been dead last year with that blood clot. He didn't play, so he's come back. And there's a lot of Wemby hate, which is kind of justified after the series and how he acted. But I still put Harper at 4. But I think when it's all said and done, he could very well be. If he continues doing what he did in the finals, he could be top 25 of all time if he keeps that up. But I'm not that quick. I know you've known the dude since he was in high school. So you said you were biased. You said, you were being a homer and all, but
it's also the fact that I've watched him since his high school days. So, and I've seen him go up against a lot of the top young talent across the country, not just in the New York tri-state area, across the country.
Yeah.
So I also, in terms of watching his family, like people don't know how good of a basketball player his mother was and how great of a coach he is. So he's been well coached. He's very well disciplined. You see the traits there. So I also include the mental fortitude. I see it. Yes, I get it. He wasn't a starter on this team. I honestly believe if you let him start the whole season, you would have seen a whole lot more. So
we're gonna get a lot more from him. But I mean, my point, if you look at the state of the NBA right now, and not exactly like Harper, but there's a lot of players like him downhill going towards him, and he's maybe better defensively than some of these guys. But SGA, Brunson, I'll put my boy Maxey in there, and Edwards, a lot of players that are similar to him. Now I'm going to go over to the Wemby. There's nobody like Wemby, and we're forgetting about that. There's nobody like Joker in the NBA either. And I heard you guys. I heard the conversation, the Yao Ming, the Sean Bradley. No, none of those dudes could dribble or shoot like Wemby. None of them dudes.
Yao Ming didn't have the corner three.
None of those dudes were anywhere near.
Here's the difference. I mean, they were different time, different era, different position. But the way they dominated, Wemby is not dominating like them. Now they use physicality. His weakness.
Sean Bradley wasn't very physical.
No. Sean Bradley. I was saying no. Sean Bradley is not.
In height, they're all similar. But
yeah, that's what I was referring to. The height.
Yeah, he's doing different things as that type of guy, though. We didn't see. Now some of those dudes shoot threes like Wemby can either.
Different time, different era. I get it. I understand what you're going. But what also hurts Wemby is he does not have a signature move.
Thank you. Right into my next topic. He does. Offensively, maybe not. The block shot is his move. The block shot. Let real quick. Let's not forget. He had 197 blocks this year. Second was Huff, 153. Then Chet at 131, Klingon 130, Gobert at 124. Dominating defensively. In the postseason, he averaged 3.5 blocks. Azor and Mobley, 1.8. No one's even close to what he's doing defensively. I agree with the take, though, that if he would get a hook shot or something like that, it would take him to the next level. And we got to remember it's only his third year. But I also have a lot of criticism for his immaturity. We're
going to talk about that,
how he handled it. But that's just, I mean, the way he blocks shots is making hit. We forget that because they put him on fucking Brunson and out on the 3-point line.
Well, if you're saying a block shot is his signature move, then one of the greatest, in my opinion, to do it is Dikembe Mutombo.
He'll pass him up in the next 2 years. He's going to pass. If he keeps doing what he's doing, it's a fact. He is beating people by 40 or 50 blocks a year.
But blocks is not, to me, a signature move.
No. I'm saying, if you ask me what his signature overall, I get you're talking offensively, and I agree.
Yeah, and that was the whole point, to expand his game and make him that much more of an elite talent. Yes, he's young. You're right. He's young.
After this, he's got to be like, shit, I got to change something because I don't want to go through that again, right?
Here's the thing. In terms of the maturity and, like people say, the arrogance, because I've always said there's a thin line between confidence and arrogance. Now, there's levels to arrogance. There really is arrogance. You're a fucking asshole, and then you're just overly confident in your ability. So, yes, it's there. The other factor, I'm going to be brutally honest, it is the language barrier. Yes, he speaks fluent English, but his in his mind, because he's even said it sometimes, he doesn't know how to say it what he's thinking in English. So, and the context is different when you have people from another country who come in. Whether they master the language, there's still always that struggles. My mother is from the West Indies, and she'll always say, I speak the Queen's English. I don't speak American. So, and that's English. Yeah. That's the English language. But
like George Mirazon, remember him?
Yes,
and the word he's saying.
Exactly.
You're right, 100%.
So I am giving him a little latitude. But yes, of course, he's going to be against the Knicks, so I'm going to hate a little bit more. You're
playing against him, you're going to hate him. He's in the same state as him, he's got to hate him. So I get it. I love it. That's the dynamic. That's a dynamic we have on this podcast that ain't anywhere else. And we can argue, we can disagree, but we love basketball.
Yeah. I learned to call him a fish in 5 languages. That's the next level hate.
Rios, go for it. Just say it now.
Puto.
Obviously, the American version, bitch, in Spanish, in Italian, putana, in his native language, I got it right here, in culé, and in German.
Oh, my language.
Yeah, I'm part of
that language. There's no direct translation for bitch, so there's correlations of it. The closest one is Wemby es ein Mustik.
Mhm.
Hey, I'll give you another one, Polish, but the only word I can do is zimno, which means cold, and that's what he is right now. He was cold, cold, and he was not hot in the postseason.
No.
It's-
Just
Exactly.
like Kobe would speak French, talk shit to Tony
Look.
Parker. I learned this.
I mean, we talked about it before. I mean, if you look at the stats, the Spurs are one of the youngest teams. And,
Oh,
and
yeah.
the Knicks are one of the oldest teams. And I'm not
No.
making excuses. Like I
No.
said, everything I say today, it's analytically analyzing what
Yeah.
I saw out from the outside. The Knicks are the best
course.
team. They definitely
Look.
won. I got a hot take I want to get to. I don't know if I want to do it yet or
I
save
have one
it.
too. I have one too.
Go ahead,
Okay.
man. I've talked enough. I want
Rio,
Rios.
go with
Let
yours.
Rios
Go with
first.
yours first.
I know a lot of people are saying, the Spurs, the youngest team. Oh, they'll be back. There is no guarantee they will be
Nope.
back. Look at the Thunder with Kevin Durant,
Oh, no.
James Harden, and Russell Westbrook. They never made it back as a unit ever again to the finals.
Good
Kevin
point.
Durant has to join the Warriors to
Oh,
make it to the finals.
y'all want to give some hot takes? Go ahead. I'm going to let y'all
They
go.
made it back, so I don't see this group making it to the finals again. I don't.
Ooh.
Like at
Yeah.
all, or just like next year and like a
No,
couple
this
years?
group as a
Who's
whole.
to say? I mean, listen,
Oh.
Fox
I'm not
sucked in the
saying
finals.
Wemby himself, but this group itself, I don't
True.
see him going back to the finals.
Might not have Fox again to help
No.
get there. Castle might have to go.
Castle
Gasol might have to
Harper's
go.
going to be gone in 3 or 4 years.
That's
One of
a
those
great.
teams-
That's a great. I like that take.
All right, Blake, just go with yours.
Oh, it's a big one. It's a big
Mhm.
one.
Mhm.
And this is an analytic take. And I know a lot of people don't like analytics only, but this is strictly analytic take.
Oh, really? Because the Cavs are still in the playoffs then.
Because I'm analyzing
And
what
the
I
Spurs won the finals.
as a basketball guy. No,
Mhm.
no, not that. As a basketball guy, I want to analyze from the outside. I'm not a fan of either team. I love players on it, Mitch. I know we're not allowed to like players on other teams.
Oh my
'cause
God, I
we're-
got hosed. I
Yeah.
got killed
But-
on
I
Twitter.
like Brunson.
And
He's
this-
one of my favorite players to watch. I bought his shoes.
This
Yeah,
may,
but I'm a Sixers fan, so it's different.
this
Oh,
may
I
ru-
bought his shoes, man. Like I don't buy other players' shoes.
I did
Yeah.
really fall in love with Brunson and Harper during this series. I'll be
I
honest.
mean,
I really
Oh
did.
yeah, me too. Me too.
So here's the analytic part, and this may ruffle some feathers because I know. And keep in mind, I just said Knicks earned it; they deserve it. They're the best team. 70% of the series, the Spurs led. Right,
Mhm.
every game the Spurs had a 10-point lead.
Mhm.
They proved they could not adjust. Coaching adjustment. Shout out to you in
Mhm.
halftime. They couldn't adjust and play with a lead, and that's game 4 and 5 more specifically.
Yes.
The Spurs' inexperience and immaturity, like I said, shown through. There's no game where the Knicks controlled it at all, ever, the whole 5. San Antonio let it slip away. The Knicks went in for the kill, and that's what you do. So I'm giving them credit for doing what they needed to do to win the championship. Bad coaching. A lot of bad coaching from the
Wemby.
Spurs, not making adjustments, not pulling out Fox, not putting Wemby underneath the block shot. They could have played zone and probably did better. This is more of a Spurs collapse than it is a Knicks winning the series.
Okay, and here's one other thing that you guys are not going to know. There's 2 things. Well, in terms of what you're saying, you're correct with what you're saying overall. But if you watch the Knicks all year, because I've been saying it whenever I watch them, in Man Cave, we talked about it yesterday in reference to this.
Mhm.
It just seemed like whenever they played, they would cruise for the first 3 quarters, but the 4 quarters, they would turn it on. And that's what you saw
true.
in the
That's-
playoffs.
Just turn the head around.
It just seemed like, you know what, we'll let them do whatever. Look, in the East, they just didn't match up because they were just so dominant. But the point I'm making is during the regular season, it was doing whatever, just cruising, and then 4th quarter, let Brunson do his thing. And what did we see in the playoffs for the most part?
Yeah.
The same exact thing.
No discredit to your Knicks. No discredit to your
I
Knicks
don't
at all.
take it
This
like
is
that.
analytic only.
Yes, I get it. I get where you're going, and that's where. And as far as the Spurs, they look at it like that. But what I'm saying is that shows
That's
a
their
level
game.
of
That's their game.
resiliency
Yeah,
for
I
the
get it.
Knicks, where they're like, it doesn't matter if we're down. It doesn't matter how much we're down. We're going to come back and we're going to beat you. They
Right.
just have the mental fortitude, and sometimes with analytics, people lack the ability to really put real resiliency, because it is true. I'm telling you from experience as a coach.
It doesn't measure heart.
No,
Yes.
it does
So the
not. And
entire
that's
final-
No. That's why
Yes.
I started with the
Yes,
explaining
exactly.
what type
So-
of take it was first. But there's a player on the Knicks we're forgetting about. Someone who was drafted and never got to play in this series. And this guy was really good. I mean, he got drafted by the Knicks. He's a great player for the Knicks. And he never got to play.
Can't tell who that is.
Is that you?
He put on the number 6.
Oh, all
He was
right,
a
all
great player,
right, all
man.
right. You got that one off. You got that one off. You got that one off. Because I'm sitting, I'm like, all right.
It's
Good
actually
one.
Tingus Pingus. Remember when they drafted him, that dude had the,
Porzingis,
who the fuck
yeah.
is Tingus
'Cause
Pingus?
no, the suit I kind of remembered, and I'm like, wait a
like
minute, that looks like
Porzingis, like-
Porzingis, but I'm like, I can't really see the face. So, but my
had
real
to
hot
pull that
take I wanted to give y'all. I
Yeah,
said
please,
it before.
please.
I know Arku, he's going to disagree with me, but to me, the best team for Giannis is OKC because they can give up Chet, some young players, and draft picks.
I heard that.
And it would make sense. It would make a whole lot of sense, and it would make them that much more dominant next year.
Seems like
because you
Boston's
have a
out
ri-
now. Seems like Boston's out. They don't want to get rid of Jalen. I don't blame them. Listen, we were just talking about Jalen Brown possibly being the MVP this year.
Yeah,
They're going to trade him?
What did Arku say? He's not going there.
No, yeah, he
I
said
know
that on your
Arku.
show too. He said
Yes,
that on your show too. Same thing.
I know he's not Arku.
Why
but I'm
wouldn't you
saying
though? I mean,
he's-
that's
That would be the best fit. I hope it never happens because
he doesn't want to go to the West.
SGA and Giannis, fuck that, man.
If he says I want to be a Miami Heat, he's going to be a player at the Miami Heat.
I
It's
get
kinda
it. And
sad
I get
like
all
that.
that. I
I
get all that.
Too much sense at this point because they don't
But-
have a true
Did you
alpha.
see the latest? Giannis, LeBron, and Bam in Miami.
Okay. More
There's
power
this-
to him.
I don't see Pat Riley taking LeBron back. I just don't see it.
I don't either, but I just saw that before I got
Well,
on. I was like,
I-
oh my goodness.
well,
I think LeBron's staying.
If LeBron goes somewhere else, he has to really take a major drop. And
Yeah.
I know
he'd be
someone
behind
talked
Bam
about.
and Giannis.
I know someone talked about a mid-level. You know, I can't see him taking that, but
No.
I'm going to say this: if he's going to take a mid-level,
No, yeah.
why don't you come to the champs? Because everybody always talks about
I
it.
thought you didn't want it. You know, you can't mess up that team with the him
Yeah. No, it doesn't mess them up. You see, here's the thing.
because you got to give
With-
up too much. Well,
No, you
you
don't
wouldn't
give up anything. You don't give
can they
up
afford?
anything.
Can you guys afford to add? Well, it's like you said, it depends on what money you take. You're right,
Depending
you're right.
on because I even just found out Diawara, who I love, is a free agent. Clarkson is a free agent. Mitchell Robinson is a free agent. I'm not saying we're going to give up Mitchell Robinson for LeBron, so please don't say that. What I'm saying is the Knicks can find a way to get the money to sign
Yeah.
him because they are not over. They're not hard cap right now. They're
No,
not.
close. Thanks
So-
It
to
seems like it's going to be
Thanks
Warriors.
to Brunson,
It
honestly.
seems
No, I know.
like he
No.
wants to play with Steph real bad. Seems
Yeah.
like where he'll go, or staying with the Lakers if they can lock him down.
Yeah,
But real
no,
quick, I
no,
want-
no. I was joking about.
Yeah,
him
no, I
to the
got you.
Knicks.
So back to my analytic take was leading to this. It made me question how the series would go if OKC was there instead of San Antonio. Because here's why. And I still think the Knicks would win. But I think with the SGA and Brunson, not exactly, but they're both the type of, Brunson ball. SGA does the same thing. He takes over and it's SGA.
They're both clutch. They're both clutch. I'll give you that.
Yeah, I think it would have ended up going 6 or 7.
Here's the thing.
If
do
it
that.
was
I didn't do it this time. That was
because of
him.
the finals experience.
Mhm.
I think OKC would have brought more maturity to this series. It would have been I think it would have gone 6 or 7. I still think with the Knicks way they played in the fourth quarter, I don't think any team in the NBA would have been able to handle that.
It's not the team of destiny. There was no one that was going to beat them.
But the
Here's
series
thing.
wasn't like the
Here-
Philly series. It wasn't like the Cavs series. You guys destroyed people's doing that. And I think the Knicks fans should thank Philly for taking Boston out because that would have been a hell of a finals. If it was Boston Knicks, that might have gone 6 or 7. It wouldn't have been a 4 sweep.
No. I don't think it would have been a sweep either. But
But you guys need to. But
as
Detroit,
far as-
Cleveland, Orlando is now in the
Yes.
same thing as San Antonio. They weren't ready to win a
No.
championship.
no.
That
No.
was my whole point of the analytical thing where I was ending out. There's teams that aren't ready. I talked about it before. Teams don't come out of nowhere and win a championship. It could have happened if San Antonio did it, but the Knicks were competing the last 2 years to be a
I
champion.
was right. I said it.
Yeah, and you said that, Rhea.
The experience showed up, and
Here's the thing.
He
Oh,
blew
I'm
a
sorry.
9-point lead. Like, that's inexperience. Like, when you're up by 30 fucking points,
Coaching too, definitely coaching.
Your boot on their throat and just take them out. No.
They did the same thing in game 5 that they did in game 4 when they had that 15, 18-point lead. That blew my mind. I get it. Coach Johnson sticking to your guns saying, I'm going to give it to Fox anyway at the end. Not when he's missing 8 shots in the third going into the fourth or whatever.
The Spurs don't have a closer.
Yeah,
Like
that too. Power forward on Spurs. If they had a big guy to be next to him.
He had a lot of chances to make the game winner. Missed all of them.
That's facts. They might add your boy, Mitch. They might add your boy Ade Mara next to Wemby.
Yep.
If he drops to the Spurs and they get Mara or someone like that, and I've heard you, Coach, shout out to you and your boys talking about give him a power forward, give him a goon, give him someone who can do the physical stuff and let Wemby be that smooth guy blocking shots and scooping up underneath people. He doesn't need to be the tough guy. I think that's where, like you said, he's trying to do things, talk the way he shouldn't. He tried to be the tough guy, and look what happened.
Tried to be the villain.
He almost got himself out of game 5.
It's one of the things, if I go back to the Knicks of the 90s, because when the Knicks traded Bill Cartwright for Charles Oakley, we all said, many Knicks fans were like, why? Bill Cartwright was a good player, but he wasn't a goon. And Charles Oakley came in and you saw it. It was like, oh, he was the tough guy. And the stories that you hear that he would go into the opposing locker room and tell the other team, certain guys, if you don't knock this off, I'm gonna slap the shit out of you. Yeah, and it's like
Anthony Mason. You guys have some goons.
Yeah, New York, boys. So, New York. In hindsight, I think the Spurs should have went. Who's that other center that they got? The big guy. Cornette. They should have gone Cornette, Barnes, and Wemby, and then have Castle and Harper up top. They could, and I think then they locked down the underneath, because if you watch game 4 and 5. Fourth quarter, it's Brunson going to the bucket to the left side like 80% of the time because no one could stop him. It's stop this narrative.
They weren't stopping Brunson. No one was stopping him at that point. Like he was.
But I know there's a lot of Wemby hate, and rightfully so. But I think that dude's got his head on straight in the regular season that he's going to make changes. He's going to get stronger. He's going to get better, and he's going to get more mature. Is going to be the biggest thing.
Here's the truth. All right, because it's always been said. Pressure breaks pipes. It also makes diamonds.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So you saw the pressure break the Spurs, but made the diamond in the Knicks.
Yeah, Coach. How many teams in back in the day have we seen that get close and lose, but they have come back better because they got that experience. They taste it. When I was younger, I was Mr. Second Place. Every tournament I was in, every league I was in, we had.
So you were number 2.
I would average 25 points a game, but we'd lose in a championship. So I know that heartbreak. I know the next year you come back, it makes you hungrier. But at the same time, Rios could be right, and they may never have that coordination for the Spurs to get there again. My biggest question would be, how would the Spurs handle this series if Pop was still the coach?
That's my I 1,000%, 1,000,000,000,000% am with you.
If CP3 was still there,
made them shake hands.
No, CP3. If he was there, they would have taken hands.
On the court. I'm talking about the mentality.
Well, CP3 off the court too. CP3 off the court too.
Yeah, of course, 100%. But Pop. And I mean, he's not going to knock the new coach in his organization and say, I would have done it different, because Pop is legit straight. But I mean, I wish I'd be a fly on the wall when all these crumbling were happening, wherever he was in that super box, what was going through his head? Why are you doing this?
Yeah. So,
was that the wrong choice, putting Johnson as the coach? Should we have went and got someone of experience to handle these kids? Where is my culture that I built for decades? Why did it crumble?
I'm sorry. Go ahead, bitch. Go ahead.
All right. So here's another. Thank you, Coach. But here's another thing too. The Spurs were blowing leads throughout the entire season. It was just not the postseason. The entire season, the Spurs were blowing leads left and right.
So
that is 1 and 2. Might as well just do my hot take. De'Aaron Fox is overrated.
And he's getting
overrated. Listen. I was really
he was trying to be the guy, and then now in San Antonio he does this.
Does
I
that
think he's
does that
overrated
mean
now.
he's a bad player?
No,
No, he's
No,
just
no,
So let's-
he's just not that role. He's not that
He's
guy.
not a closer. He's not a
No one's going to trade for him at this point. After that collapse, no one's
Exactly.
trading.
That's the problem. And
Yeah, no one's
the
going to trade for him.
organization
That's my
has
point.
already said they're sticking with him. And I
Oh, yeah.
that could be a
They
problem
have to.
with a
I
guy
have
like
to with
Harper.
that
thumbs up.
contract.
I hope to keep him a lifetime contract.
because he's going to be getting what 50, 55 million now.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
crumbled.
$1 million a year, yeah.
1,000% he crumbled. He's making way too much money because we pay players for potential, not what they've done in the past. Well, what they've done.
Either Castle or Harper's going to leave because you're paying De'Aaron Fox max
Their
money.
hands are gonna
Yeah.
be tied. If they're going to say, "Hey, we're sticking with Fox because we invested in him," I
One
kind
of
of
the
get
two
it.
is
But,
leaving. Most likely Harper.
but if you look
Nope.
what he's done in a regular
It's gonna be
season,
canceled.
he was a solid part of this team that helped them get there. They wouldn't get there if it wasn't De'Aaron Fox.
I agree. I
wouldn't
agree,
have got
but in big time moments,
But that's the worst time. He picked the worst time to be a piece of shit. And I'm a Kentucky person, and it sucks to see it. I hope he can
That
come
was
back from it.
bad.
But here's the problem, though. It didn't seem like it bothered him. At the end, he's still smiling. He's smug. Like
He
were
was
you
the-
really on the take, dude? I don't want to believe that shit. And I know they're making Fox jerseys in New York, too.
Yes.
oh, we're
Dude,
gonna
this
see
is what
so
Brandon
many
said it.
parade.
Give him a ring. Give him a ring.
Might as
Coach-
well. Find him out at the parade tomorrow.
Coach, I heard you guys talking about this on your podcast, and it really coaches' wives getting rings and I get it. If you work for and I know the wives give up a lot for their no, the players get the rings. Give them a replica.
Wait a minute.
Players,
Please,
the
please,
trainers,
please,
the guys who
please.
get a paycheck from the Spurs, they get the rings.
No. Hold a minute. To a certain. If you're talking
Come
about
on.
the players' wives, don't forget. And that, first of all, that's the owner's decision. He got the money,
yeah,
so
yeah,
yeah. So he want to do
No
that.
one got the money.
So it's
The
also
real rings go to the players.
what I'm taking it as, he's showing them we appreciate you because you did have to. You are a part of the
Family
team.
culture, I get it.
You
I
are
do
part
get
because you
that.
had to sacrifice and you had to be supportive for your husbands to be out there on the court.
That's like giving everybody a fucking Hall of Fame jacket for a team 30 years ago, and LeBron wearing a jacket already. And
No, I
it
get what
spoils-
you're.
I mean, it should be elite. Only the players and those who get a paycheck from the Spurs
Well,
should have
here-
that
here-
ring.
here-
Make a
here-
different ring. Make
here-
an organizational ring to give them.
Okay,
not the same one.
Here's my other. Here's my other.
It
thing, because
dilutes
I-
it for the players, in my opinion.
okay, I get it, but I don't see it like that. And it's just like I say Spike Lee deserves a ring. Because if you saw his story since 1985,
If any of those celebrities, he's number
yeah,
one.
1985,
Number
he-
one.
he-
He's stuck with him
he-
through all
Taylor
the shit.
Swift too. Taylor
but
Swift
his money,
too.
You know,
the
she
money-
has been a Knicks fan for a long time. All these people
Yes.
dogging
Yeah.
her didn't study and read up on it.
Oh,
Upon it.
oh.
Timothy
Yeah,
Chalamet. He's been a Knicks fan since he was 12 years old.
When he didn't have the money, he was in the nosebleeds, and then he became a season ticket holder in
Yeah,
'85.
that's a great story.
And he's on the floor, and he spent millions.
Honorable coach. He should be
Yeah,
one of the,
so-
like
And
you
if
think
you
of the
look at all the
Knicks-
players, they always recognize Spike, Reggie Miller with the choke right to Spike. And in New York that time, the papers were brutally killing Spike, where it was like, shut
stuck
up.
with him.
But exactly.
He ain't one of the fair weather. A lot of people,
No,
of course
no,
they do. In
no.
every city, when they win a championship, people that
Yes.
didn't watch them because they lost are going to jump on the bandwagon. Of
Oh,
course. And you're about to see the biggest.
What?
Mitch
Prob-
knows. Mitch
you're
knows.
about-
I said sense of one of the bandwagoners who jumped on right now. So,
Oh my God.
And you're going to see the biggest parade in sports history tomorrow, I think.
Oh, bro,
It's New York. They have more people than anywhere else.
They're IDing everyone who comes there. You can't bring any chairs, tables, umbrellas, drones. for
Hopefully,
some
guns
reason,
are knives too.
bags. You can't. You cannot come in with anything. And I was just like, literally, and they just put out a press release that, there's going to come a point in time where they're going to be turning away people.
Yeah, don't
They're
burn down the city, please.
Oh, no. They're not going
And
to.
I know it was minimal after Game 5, but to
Yes.
see like that taxi driver lose his career because they beat the shit out of his car. The guy was the buses they were breaking down, which had nothing to do with this, but it wasn't as bad as it could have been. There was one person that got shot in the foot. couple people got stabbed, but it is New York. New York is the jungle,
exactly.
so I get it. It can be crazy there, but it wasn't as bad as it could have been. Can we talk about the handshaking thing real quick?
Go for it.
'Cause
You're running this show now, apparently.
I know this is my show now. So,
Go for it.
this is my
I'm
last
having
thing,
fun.
and this is
I'm
my last thing.
drinking.
And
You're the point guard. Go for it.
yeah. This is my. Let me put my Knicks jersey on here so I can really.
You're a fake Sixers fan for that.
Yeah, no, I'm an NBA fan. I mean, if I'm a fake fan, I'm a fake fan for all 32 teams.
Dude.
Jay
got killed.
Jay Williams, Kendrick Perkins, who doubled down on this, talking about shaking the hands. You don't have to do it because you don't like the other team. You shouldn't have to like the other team. I get that, but this is a tradition that goes back decades. You're a man because you honor. And I think if Coach Popovich was there, they shook hands. I really do. And they're doubling down. Everyone's allowed their opinion. The tough guy thing with it, here's the word disrespect has been twisted so crazily, especially in basketball. If you dunk on me, you didn't disrespect me. You beat me at that play. I can come down and hit 10 threes on you the rest of the game. There's no disrespect in being better than someone. So to go out there and say, I'm not going to shake your hand because you disrespected me by beating me and stuff like that. It's not about if you like or dislike the players, the other team that beat you. It's about respecting the game of basketball, in my opinion. And it looks even worse because the next night, the NHL, same scenario. They won on away ice and they all line up and shake hands. And it's just a little black mark on NBA players and specifically the Spurs for just walking out. And I know it's happened before. Isaiah Thomas, other players have done this, but I just want that stigmatism of, hate to go away, because once the game's over, we're all human beings that are doing the same thing, playing a game as professionals that should act a little more professional. I've been in games where I don't want to shake that fucker's hand. He elbowed me, but in the game, he treated me like shit. Unless someone's like, I fucked your mother and your sister, that's different. That's disrespect. Then you might, but for the whole team to skip, and it looked even worse because what did Jalen Brunson do after the buzzer? The first thing he did was shake Coach Johnson's hand.
Yeah,
that is respecting the game.
But that's also how he was raised, because he said it. He said it in an interview with what's his name? He used to be with CBS. What's his name? What you call it? Well, I forget who he's talking his name, but he said it. He's like, that's a tribute to my mom and my dad. That's how they were raised. And no, I get what you're saying, Blaze. And in theory, in practical, in theory, you're right. But to me, it's not a big deal if you don't shake hands after the game.
It's not a huge
really
deal,
not.
but if it starts with this, and then next year it doesn't happen, and then other times it doesn't happen, and if it becomes something that never happens again because you disrespected me and I don't like you, I don't want to shake. It's about the game of basketball and your profession, not you personal. It's not personal.
No. I will say this because in terms of a cultural thing, because let's be real, there's a lot of it's majority Black kids who are out there playing. Oh, yeah. And when you talk disrespect, if you go out into the streets, let's be real.
It's twisted. It's different.
No, I get it. But what I'm saying is,
I don't think it's about black and white, brown or nothing.
No. It's not
about being a human being.
I'm not saying it's black. I'm not saying it's black and white. What I'm saying, that's why I said culturally. If you go deep into the hood,
but that's not the Spurs culture. That's my point.
I get what you're saying, but
their culture is crumbling, and I don't want to see it go away.
There are still kids.
Hold on, I gotta show you guys something.
Go ahead.
Here you go, Arku.
Trolling him now.
There you go, Arku.
Trust me, I've been angry as shit, and I don't want to see that tradition die. I guess
I get what you're saying, Blaze. Look, I've played games. I've said it before. Look, I played a game and I went and sat on the bench after the game, and everybody looked at me and like, "Yo, don't go shake his hand. Leave him alone." You.
But if it was two players that didn't want to and everybody else lined up, I wouldn't even.
No, I get what you're saying, but what I'm saying sometimes, and you get caught up into those emotions where it's like, what?
Let's go back to the immaturity. Wemby walked off first. Everyone followed him.
I will say
Yes.
this: like everybody else, that's cool, but like Wemby, you want to be the face of the league.
Yep.
You don't get that pass, man. You want to
And
be
when the
you
World
guys
Cup
are-
ends, I bet you they shake hands. When the World Series is over, I bet you they shake hands. That's my point.
Well,
When the
and now,
WNBA
Blaze,
finals are over, I bet you they shake
Now,
hands.
here's the thing. First of all, you mentioned hockey. The handshaking after the game, that's tradition. It's always
Should
been
be everywhere.
so yeah. But let's be real. You don't see that in the NFL. Now, guys mingle and everything, jersey, and some
You know
shake
what you do
hands.
see? You see players from both teams kneeling at 50-yard
No,
line
you
praying,
see
which I
some. You
love.
see some. What I'm
I
getting
love
at,
that. I
Blaze.
got you. I understand
It's
your point.
It's
I do.
some doing that, but what I'm saying, as a whole, if everybody after the game left the field, you wouldn't
Yeah.
see anybody.
I
So
get
what I'm saying is, yes, I get what you're saying, but
I don't want
also
sportsmanship to
understand.
die. I don't want sportsmanship
I
to die.
I
It's
get it, and
starting
that's
to.
that's what
It's
you're.
not us. It's the younger people. These younger kids don't give a shit about sportsmanship,
If
and
you
it's
go-
the AAU bullshit.
Yes,
It's all that stuff. How they're
Kurt
brought up
talked about
now.
it. Yes,
Yeah, it's the
and
culture
that-
of basketball, and I
Yes.
don't want to see the tradition of respect and sportsmanship to go away. That's my only point.
No, I get what you're saying, but that's why I was saying culturally, it's like if you go up to the record park when you talked about the word,
You're on
quote
the street,
unquote,
then, so I
disrespect.
wouldn't do that. I wouldn't.
No.
I wouldn't
But
go
what I'm
either.
saying is, you know that, oh, you got disrespected, and yes, it happens, and everybody in the stands, ooh, ahs, and all of that.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. What I'm saying is, these young men, they grow up with that. So no matter what, and you get to the pinnacle, and like you said, you're young. You have a first full year head coach, and he doesn't know, because you said it before. If Pop was there, he would have made him shake
During
hands.
the game, you
So-
want to get in your player's head, but my point is,
Yes.
once it ends, it's over. The
It's
game, the
okay.
competition is over. Let's drop the the competition part, because I know a lot of these players know each other off the court.
That's the point.
But
We all
I
talk
kind of
about
blame Wemby. But at the same time, because he was the first one to walk out, and they all followed him. If you
It's
watch
like
it
you want to be
closely.
the face, you got to be the professional.
But I will combat that, because and I know I agree, but Wemby's still one of the faces of the league. Let's be real. He's not going anywhere. Him, Brunson, Ant, SGA, those
They
are
don't
our
look at
faces of the
To
league.
You know what? They talked
To
about
me,
that.
Wemby is the best player in the league still.
Yeah,
To
I mean,
me, he is.
He fell apart in the postseason, but no one plays like
He
him.
choked all of his
He's still
career.
an
so.
alien. He's still.
Hold on a minute,
I mean,
hold on a
he
minute,
did
hold-
drop
hold
a notch because of how he acted and how he played, definitely. But let's see how he comes back next year.
Now that's weird, because to Mitch's argument, you said he's the best, still the best player, but you know what?
I
You
don't.
can't choke in the crunch times. You can't.
No.
You cannot
But
be the best player. You
but how
cannot be
many-
the best player.
How many
especially-
great players did that, Coach? Back in the day, we've seen players that end up being great choke. I mean, MJ
But
didn't
the
go all
point
the way
is,
his
were
first
they
playoff
also
series.
considered? Were they also considered the face of the
MJ,
league?
Michael Jordan?
Michael Jordan never choked.
Not in the postseason, not in the finals, but I mean, they took them a
He
while
never-
to get over that hump before they got to
But
But he
Yeah.
wasn't the face of the league either at that point in time, Blaze. He was not. He grew into it, and once he,
Well, I don't want to
really.
talk about LeBron.
So at that point in time, don't forget,
LeBron?
early in MJ's career, he was going up against the face of two, Bird and
Bird and
Magic.
Magic,
They
yeah.
were the face.
They were the face.
They were the
Correct.
face. So
I get-
so
you're
that's
right.
why I'm saying.
But
with
I don't
Wemby.
put Wemby as the face.
But
I'm
no,
gonna
I
keep
don't
saying
either.
There's
But
five. I'd
like
say there's
Mitch-
at least five, because Joker, you cannot keep
No,
him out of
ex-
that conversation.
that was
You
it.
can't keep Joker out of that. SGA out of that.
No,
You
Mm-mm.
can't.
no.
Luca, maybe you could
I
keep.
would.
Hey,
No,
he's
I would.
still
put. I would
still
put.
one of the greatest. He's
No,
still
I can't
top
even
10.
put Anthony Edwards. I would put Anthony Edwards over Luca, but I'm
Yeah,
not even.
Ant too.
It's like Ant is like,
And that's not a bad thing to have five faces of the league. I
mean,
think
if
that's how
you-
the
you
future of
gotta
the
put
NBA will
Brunson
happen.
there, 'cause
Oh,
they
you
can't
know
say,
I'm a
"Oh,
big,
Brunson's
they
definitely
can't
up
put
there
him
now.
in. Look what he did.
but
100%.
you're
guy-
going to look. You're
Little-
going to have people who are going to look right now. Just in what is it? The draft, whatever, where the predictions next year. The Knicks are fourth.
Yeah.
The Knicks are
Well,
predicting.
hey, you want to be the underdogs, though.
no, I
That's how
me.
you
I
guys
love it.
thrive.
I
Coach
love
loves
that.
it.
And
Yeah.
wait till this guy comes back next year for the Knicks. Then you guys are going to be the shit, man. You ain't never going to get stopped.
No, I
Oh,
got
thank
you,
God
but-
he.
but the bad thing is, you know what? I'm saying that because when we talk about Brunson as a fate, how can you're putting Boston Boston went out in the first round, not disrespecting you guys, but I'm saying to the Sixers, they were supposed to beat them.
That was our world championship.
Yes, it's like
how can you,
how can you make that argument? And it's like
I don't want one face. I don't want one face of the NBA. I want 4 or 5.
I grew up at least on 2.
Yeah.
Two,
There's too many faces. Hold on, Blake. There's too many faces in NBA now. Too many faces in NBA.
I mean, we were alive, younger, but Wilton Russell.
Yes.
You know, there was.
It was. I think wasn't it 3? It was Wilt Russell and no, it was Jerry West. That's what I was thinking. No, but it was Cousy. Cousy at the time.
I grew up on one.
That's why I love the NBA, because there doesn't need to be just one face. I don't like that one face argument.
I mean, look at Kobe, Shaq, AI. AI. Then.
Okay, Mitch, you can have your show back. I don't have any more notes.
Like in the late 80s, early 90s, like there was only one face in the league for me. It was Jordan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, I would put your boy Hakeem up there. I think Shaq was the face of the league for a while.
Was, as a young, when he first came in, they literally
took over.
Were forcing him to be
No one went in the paint when he was there.
Yes.
And remember, he would get the ball and dribble up the court too. Shaq had skills. You know he got skills, man.
You know he was just just a dude that was dunk. No, he was talented. Not as talented as Hakeem, but
that's one of the faces in the league. Then yes, Giannis. Giannis.
3 or 4 years ago, there's a question mark still on him. The last couple of years he's been getting hurt. There's no guarantee he's going to come back and be a top 5 player next year, right? Let's just look at both ends of it.
But Blaze,
I love Giannis.
If you're going to talk about him being hurt, then how can we say Luka is in that question for discussion, because he's also hurt?
He's always
the Luka thing would be analytical. The Luka thing would be analytical.
Say what I mean.
The Luka thing would be analytical because when he's on the court, he's putting up astronomical numbers. You know, he always has.
I get it, but I'm just saying you.
But no, I wouldn't put Luke as a face. I don't.
No, but
he has LeBron on the same team.
Look, wait a minute. Honestly, who is the face first? I mean, okay, you want to say Wemby? I don't, but okay, most will say Wemby.
He's one of them. I don't put him
Curry.
first either.
You got to say Curry still.
Curry still.
SGA is your MVP.
SGA.
Curry, SGA.
Curry, SGA. You got to put LeBron there.
He's still playing, so I put him there.
Yeah,
Curry, SGA, LeBron, Jokic.
Those
are the 4.
You didn't say Wemby, Mitch. You talked about
not yet. I didn't say he would be that would be the face. I think he's the best player.
Brunson is now in
the championship. The little dude. He did what Allen Iverson couldn't do. Allen Iverson couldn't break it because, like, hey,
I'm happy for Cat too. I mean, what they said about the Knicks too is so true. There was doubt on every player that was very, essential in the Knicks winning. They didn't know Brunson could do it. He was too small. Cat, he was washed up. He ain't going to do nothing. Josh Hart doesn't have the heart. He couldn't do it. He's not going to be, essential. God. I mean, they said stuff about each one of those players, and they all overcame that. It's one of the greatest sports stories in the history of sports, man. They weren't supposed to be there. Neither were the Spurs.
No, sure.
And it was a great series, even though it was 4-1. When we look back at this series, yes, we're going to talk about the collapse of the Spurs. We're going to talk about the resiliency of the Knicks, but every game was competitive.
It takes me back to something Wemby said in this finals. Whoever wants it more is going to win it.
Yeah.
Obviously.
And he was right. It wasn't him.
Knicks won.
That's a great point.
Wait, hold on. Coach, what did you tell me yesterday about the viewers for the finals?
Highest.
It was the highest
88,
since 1998.
Oh, 98, I'm sorry.
Who played in 98? It was
24.5 million, and it peaked at 33 million in Game 5.
The New York area is so large. There's so many people in New York. That's why the market, the money, and all that. LA, New York, there's so many people. When those
this is where Leaf says it's rigged.
When those teams go to the finals, we just talked about it. All the Knicks fans that stopped watching them a couple of years ago, you bet your ass they're going to come back and watch it, and they're going to fall in love with their team again. When you're talking about an area that has a billion people, of course there's going to be. That's why tomorrow's going to be the biggest sports parade of all time,
as it should be. It should be 1 million people. It should be the biggest,
and it's good for the sport to have one of the iconic teams that haven't done it in 53 years. They deserved it. It definitely helped. For those out there that say the NBA's dead, it's not as good, it's all 3-pointers and bullshit.
Watch this finals.
Yeah, exactly.
Watch
and
this
me and
finals.
Rios, Mitch, we're not even fans of either team, but Rios said it too. And I was walking and pacing around my living room. I couldn't sit for these fourth quarters.
Every time
I was sleeping. I was sleeping.
In the clutch, bro, I was running around my living room. I scared the shit out of
Mitch went to bed when the 29-point lead, woke up to say, holy shit. Mitch went to bed thinking we're going to game 6, and nope, it's all over. So
I hated that so much.
It's great basketball. It's great basketball. Sucks for Spurs.
I will say the Knicks played. They showed you that what team basketball is. Game 5, yes, it was Brunson. It went back to Brunson ball. I get that, but the other 4 games, no matter what, it still showed you what team basketball is. This playoff run showed when after game 3 with Atlanta, they went to with Cat in the high post being the facilitator, and then you saw a lot of the cutting, the movement, the backdoor cuts, different things. The flare options, just so many different things that in terms of plays that first and foremost, we last year you wouldn't seen this type of offense under Tibbs' offense. No disrespect to Tibbs, because the Knicks do not get here without Tibbs.
Yeah, but that's a great move by the organization when they brought. Now it looks like a genius move to bring him on because he just tweaked that culture enough to make sure.
Here's the thing, Blaze. It also says, number one, you can win with a small player. So you're going to see younger players who are going to work on their skills, their fundamentals.
The pay cuts they took to make that team work.
The Brunson pay cut, it's unbelievable.
He's not the only one.
All the greats did it, man. All the greats.
Mikal did it also. Most people don't talk about it. Mikal took a discount.
That's why if LeBron could take it, if he doesn't take a hit, like if he sticks to it and says, "I want to make $50 million next year."
Look, let's be real. Let's be real. The vast majority of players are going to go after their monies, but you're going to see a few who are going to be like, "Well, Brunson did it.
Yeah,
I want to do it because I want the chip." And that's really what it boils down to. Do you want the money or do you want the championship?
Speaking of championships, Coach, I think you put it in the pick and roll chat. The last 8 championships in the bracket, like who's the best team out of the last 8? And I sat there for like an hour going, I don't know. That Warriors team was awesome. And I'm like, I was like, oh, I don't know. I was like,
hold on.
That's right now. It's fresh in your mind how the Knicks won.
Look at this. Some dudes don't get 7 trophies in an entire NBA career. Jalen Brunson got 7 in this.
Even more. He won
Cup, NBA Cup MVP, Shooting Stars winner, Eastern Conference Finals, Eastern Conference MVP.
Even more. He won a high school, a college, and an NBA championship in Texas. That's insane.
I remember
someone interviewed him. You have something against Texas?
He's going to be a star in the league, and then he kind of struggled with Dallas, and then look at him now.
Where does he rank in the NBA right now? Where does Brunson rank in the NBA right now? Then
before that, Coach,
top 5 right now.
Coach, I heard you say something, and it's true. They are the first team ever to win the NBA Cup and the championship. There's only been 3 fucking NBA Cups, man. Come on. But it is a fact. They will go down as the first, but there's only 3.
And who did they beat? The Spurs.
Yeah, that's weird too, because hardly ever will. I don't think that might not ever happen again. The 2 teams that make it to the Cup also make it to the finals.
No, I get you. I understand, but it goes back to like when people were talking about during the when the Spurs got in and the Spurs are going to walk over, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, well, first of all, we were already 2-1, so now when you look at it in hindsight, look, the Knicks are 6-2 this year over the Spurs.
My boy DC Gaming Network, that's my boy Twitch. That wasn't the same Jalen Brunson Twitch. That wasn't the same Jalen Brunson.
It wasn't.
He matured and grew so much since then. So I get where he's coming from.
Yeah,
but you could also say if the Knicks didn't go get Brunson and do that, they wouldn't have won this. We'd be talking different too. Yeah, he's a superstar, same as the old SGA to the new one.
Look, we'll say this: if the Mavericks offered him the same money, it's still going to be the argument: would he have stayed in Texas, or would he still have gone after with his dad?
I want to be a Dallas Mavericks fan right now.
Oh, the
because
stars aligned for New York
yeah,
Knicks.
it just
Congratulations, you
exactly
guys.
aligned.
Everything fell in place for you guys. You did what you were supposed to do. My hot takes from earlier are not any disrespect to the Knicks.
mean,
I know you won't. I'm talking to the chat and the fans out there because I know Mitch got ate up on X for his take.
What?
He's gonna go home.
What?
He said Mitch said that he liked some of the players and he got cooked in the chat in the comments for a long time about liking. You can't like a different team. If you're a Philly fan, you're a fake Philly fan. You're a fake
The guy,
fan.
you ready for this? The guy I
Come on.
quote tweeted, he invited me on his show. I'm like,
Do
dude,
it.
you call me a fake Philly fan.
You
I'll
should.
do it. I'll call him out.
Hey, I'm a Rockets fan. Brunson's one of my favorite players in the league. Like he's playing
Being
it.
a
He plays a hard
basketball
man. Like
fan.
he's my size. You know how good it feels to see someone my size play fucking dominant basketball? Like, come on. I was too off
Yeah,
too short.
I mean, look, people are entitled to their opinions, their narratives, and I get it. But you know what? I will say this, Mitch. You fan the way that you want. You are.
I know. I was laughing.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Until I came onto this this forum,
Yeah.
I was always cool with the Nets. I didn't have no issues. I even went when they played the Lakers and they got swept, but I bought tickets to the NBA Finals. Now I took one guy who was a Nets fan. I mean, his nephew who was a Knicks fan like me. But I was also, let's be real. I'm a Lakers fan. So, but the point was, I was like, they're in New Jersey. So deep down inside, I want them to win because they're also repping New Jersey. So my point being, and I've been following the Nets going all the way back. Like I knew about the Nets history, and I know more history about the Nets than many Nets fans. Many of them don't even know that they started in Long Island, New York. They won 2 championships in the ABA.
A lot of these kids don't know Dr. J played for
Yeah,
them.
they don't know that exactly. So it's like,
They're like, who's this Julius Irving guy?
exactly. So it's like I know a whole lot. I mean,
who's
Drazen
Chris
Petrovic, Kenny Anderson, Derek.
Hey,
I mean,
hey, was the shit.
Yes,
He's a little mini Brunson, left-hander, doing all the jukes and jives, the footwork. You talked about that on the other podcast. How Brunson makes the space. He has the footwork. It's amazing because that adds everyone's saying, oh, the NBA is going to all these 7-footers. The little guys still got big game.
Look, I've watched little guys come in. Some of the smallest ones, Muggsy Bogues. Now, I'm not saying he was dominant, but he made a name for himself in the league.
He was impactful.
Tiny
on the
Archibald.
court, man.
Yeah, Tiny Archibald. I've seen
Spud Webb with a dunk contest. Spud Webb, he's 5'7".
5'7". So to me, when you make that argument about the small player, I'm like,
it's a big part of the game. It always will be.
I get it. That's just like going to football and saying, you know what, you can't be a quarterback if you're 6'1", 6'2".
Or small hands.
Yeah, small hands. Or as an offensive lineman, you have to be this stature. Or a defensive. I'm seeing defensive linemen who are 6'2", 280, 290 pounds. And
they told Aaron Donald.
Aaron Donald, exactly.
Yeah.
Aaron Donald was not a big man.
Again, that's what makes sports great to me is the things that you don't expect.
No, exactly. So and I will say this to close out when I'm talking about little people. Now I know I played D3, but my starting middle linebacker was 5'2". 145 pounds. And I mean, he was tough as nails. Now, he knew how to use us big boys because when running backs were coming up the alley, he would be hiding behind us. And lo and behold, these guys think they have a clean run. And he would hit you and explode into you and he would bring them down. But when I say tough as nails, I remember one game, came to the sideline, and he was looking at me, he's like, yo, Gladney, like your thumb like this, right? His thumb was like this. And he was like, yo, Gladney, pull this out. I'm like, hell no. He went to the trainer. He's like, pull it out. They wrapped it up, and he went back into the game. And he ended up finishing that game with 17 tackles.
Hell yeah.
So
dude, I played street hockey, ball hockey, street hockey in a roller rink. And this dude nailed me. He crushed me. I played defense, so I didn't have the puck, the ball, or whatever. But it was the littlest dude on my team that came and beat the shit out of the dude who hit me. And I was like, damn, Rich, you dogged that dude. He's twice your size. And it was just the fire inside of him. He was a tough dude. He also was a great football player too. But and he was a running back and he ran through people, but he was tiny. So never underestimate the little guy. I think that's one of the things to take away from this series. But I mean, as I continue to hijack Mitch's show here, we're missing the thing that is going to be over by the time our next show is, and that's the draft.
Yeah,
it's so crazy that it's already. I love it though because NBA stays hot. It stays on everybody's mind right now. And to me, the top 4 picks are pretty much locked. The order might switch, but I think the top 4 are pretty much locked where they're at. The real draft starts after that because who's going to be that Jalen Brunson drafted number 33? Who's going to be that Tyrese Maxey drafted at 20 something?
Team's going to move up and take.
Will the Giannis? Will that trade? It looks like it's going to go down, and then the Bucks move up. And
I got a hot take about the draft.
Good.
Anthony Davis will be traded on draft night.
I heard him and Trae Young might get traded.
Yeah, because they have the first pick. They have the first pick in the draft. So I think Anthony Davis will be traded on draft night. Whoever wants to take him on, have at it. He just wants out. If he gets out, Washington is in a good spot, though. I really like what Washington did.
It
If Anthony Davis and Trae Young can stay there.
It seems like they're going to end up doing a Cleveland Brown. Like they're going to fuck this up. It seems like they're going to do a Cleveland Brown. I mean, it's weird. I just got that weird feeling. It's like it seems take the Bonsa, get the 6'10" guy who can do everything, and run with it. Maybe make a trade to help your team out. See what DeBonsa, AD, and Trae Young can do first. It's like they're never going to play in those uniforms. That's strange, but Mitch, it could happen.
I mean, look at their starting 5 right now. You got Trae Young, Keontae George, Cole Bali, Anthony Davis, and Alex Starr. And then you have some depth there. You got the other Champagny. So I'm just like, Washington's in a good spot.
It's the
really think they're in a good spot.
It's Boozer, it's Peterson, it's Wilson. But what order? I think Caleb Wilson in Chicago is a really good match. I think that'd be good.
But he's so mad because he's a Carolina fan and he wanted him.
But then it's the Clippers. What do? There's rumors they want to keep Kawhi now. He's not going to get traded or anything like that. Do they go A-Cuff? Then I think I just got a weird feeling that A-Cuff's going to be a superstar. I know he might not be that great defensively. It just seems like he's that type of player. Yes. I'm not going to say he's Allen Iverson, but similar. That dude is a dog. And I think he's going to flourish no matter where he goes. And a lot of teams are going to be kicking if they take like a Keaton Wagler before A-Cuff in a year or two, they're going to be kicking themselves.
Brooklyn, if he's there. Now I can see Brooklyn taking him because of why? Because of what the Knicks have with Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, I mean that's the type of player that you want to have on your team, that little dog. And he's a phenomenal player.
I can see them signing Austin Reeves.
I can see the Rockets trading for Kingston Flemings from UH because
all
type of player. But he played for Coach Sampson, preaches hard defense and great offensive player, but he also plays hard defense. And
you have the draft order, Mitch. That thing I posted, so we can at least look at that real quick before we go.
I got it. But I mean, crew, you know who I think the Thunder might take? The guy from Michigan, Lenenberg. I think he's going to fall to
Detroit.
you.
I heard Detroit really wants him. Detroit really wants to try to find a way to get him too and keep him up in Michigan. Yaxel.
Yaxel. I think he's going to OKC.
That's what's crazy is OKC's about to add a lottery pick.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm glad they picked 13. I'm trying to find it. Where is
it? I have 12 Thunder, Lendenberg on this one from Yahoo, Golden State, Ademara at 11. It's a graphic I put in there. It just shows.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it.
We've had a very busy chat because, like I said, when they bunch at first, I was like, "Holy shit, the draft's so close!" But now I love it.
I think I passed it.
Morez Johnson has climbed a lot too.
Morez Johnson,
he's now going top 15. I mean,
wait, do you still have it? I can't find it. That's why.
I think Cameron Carr is a great prospect. A lot of people aren't talking about. Cameron Carr is flying under the radar from Baylor. He can be a difference maker, I think. I think the Sixers and that Chris Senac from Houston, I really hope he falls.
Oh, I really want him. And there's actually a Kentucky guy that I'm going to tell you, boys.
Jaden Quaintance has a history of injuries. Is the problem?
I know.
Do you want to take on another injury? But he's a hell of a talent. Haven't seen a lot of
Yeah.
him because he got hurt. Koa Pete's another one. They have him going to the Knicks at 24. That would be huge. You guys get Arizona's Koa Pete because he can fall right into. I know, Coach, you were talking about it on your podcast that like it's one of some of those guys aren't going to be on the team next year. It's pretty. You know, do you keep Shamet, Clarkson? Is it going to be a one or the other? That's tough. I think Shamet plays very well. I mean, you can afford to lose Clarkson, I think.
Yeah, you can afford. Plus, Clarkson was making more money than Shamet this year, so you know. So Shamet, I mean, I saw one thing. Now, I did see one projection that said Shamet might garner a deal of 2 years, $22 million. That's 11 a year. You know, so I get it, and I was like, damn, that's a lot.
Oh,
you know,
you guys have 3 picks.
Yes, we have 3 picks. We have
31,
55.
and
Yes.
24. Oof.
So
the rich get richer. Oklahoma.
I've also
Oklahoma,
heard
New
that
York.
the Knicks might trade 24. I'm like, you know, I mean, you could do so many different things. Now, I've also said with the Knicks, because right now, which I didn't know, Diawara is a free agent. So I'm like, you got to resign him. You have
Yeah, I
to
think he's
resign
passed
him.
up Dadier. You guys were talking about that
he's
as the other guy to
think
come in.
Dadier, I think you can trade. You can
Yeah.
probably trade him. You know, he's a first rounder, so former first rounder. So somebody will take a flyer on him, and then he's all right. You know, you have Kolek, so you know maybe
you guys didn't hardly use him. You didn't need him, but
No,
he can be a valuable asset.
Yes,
Still, definitely.
And don't forget, he's left-handed, just like Brunson, former Big East player of the year, so second round draft pick. So
Marku, if you want Dalen Swain, you better trade down. That's too high for him. He's really good, but picking him at 12 is a little too high. They have him at 25 going to the Lakers on here. I mean, he's a good player from Texas. He's a wing, but he would fit. But you should trade down. You could probably afford to trade down and get him if you're going to go for Dalen Swain.
Yeah.
It's going to be an interesting draft. It's very, like I said, the top 4 might shuffle around, and like Mitt said, there could be a big trade at number 1 because they have the
I just
asset.
tweeted out, so Anthony Davis will be traded on draft night.
But well, put yourself out there like that. Way to go.
I don't care.
It could.
I don't care.
You get cooked again. You love getting cooked on X. That's like your
Hey,
thing now.
engagement. I got 15,000 views on that thing.
I know, but after 4 is when it really gets interesting to me, because I think the 4 is pretty much locked in. Those are the 4 that could be instant superstars.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
There's always a diamond in the rough, man. We just saw the MVP of the postseason. He was 33, I believe he was picked overall. So you never know. That's why I'm looking in the second round going, who's going to be the dude? Who's going to be the guy out of nowhere? It's going to be a star. There's one in there. We just don't know who it is yet. It's the beauty of the NBA.
It's going to be that, man.
Yeah, it's always
I love the parody. There's no defending camp.
Yep.
That was the other thing that, you know, I know on Get Up they were talking about with Goodwin, where he's talking about, you know, him and Jay Will were saying that they like dynasties. But Han was like, you know, parody, you know, now if you have right now the top 4, it's always going to switch. So you can still have some semblance of a dynasty, but you still have a semblance of parody, you know, which I agree with because here's the thing. Perception is reality. So when fans think that there's a dynasty, it's like the KC Chiefs. They get tired of it, you know, no matter what, even if they're off this year and then next year they're back, you lose people that
Imagine being back when the Celtics were winning every damn year. Literally almost every year in the 70s. Like, I get it. There's a give or take on that type. Like, yes, dynasties are great if they happen. It's historic. Yes. But having the parity we've had shows how great the league is right now to me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We don't know
who can win it. Anybody can win it. Basically.
Yeah, there's no, these teams are, you know, when the Chiefs, like you said, it was pretty much like, the Chiefs are probably going to be in the Super Bowl again next year because they got that team. But you don't know. You don't know. And it's the same.
The Knicks being the underdogs for next year. Okay.
Yeah.
Keep motivating us.
I'm the same way with my Steelers. I love when people say, oh, you're going to suck. You're going to keep being mediocre. You're going to do this. You don't have a quarterback. He's 43 years old. I love being doubted and proving others than being,
same with the Eagles. I love it when
you're going 7-10 this year. So get ready for it.
Sure. I got it going 11.
But I mean, this draft is so.
My team has the number 1 defense. You guys going to miss the playoffs? Like, how? You got the defense. How are we going to miss the playoffs? Like, come on.
Yeah,
man.
my boy Otega. Here's another one they got at 55. He fell off a little bit, but Otega Owe, they have him going to the Knicks. He's a dynamic player to come off the bench if they can get him. And he's little. He's not a big dude. He's 6'4", not saying little, but he's thin. He's like he's slender as 6'4". He's fell off a little bit too, but that could be a diamond in the rough going to the damn champions. That's to say, it's going to be very interesting.
I've heard about him. I've heard about whatchamacallit from St. John's. I know on that they talked about him or someone else at 30. Was it 31?
Your Houston team got a lot of prospects there, Rios. I've seen like 4 or 5 guys. You guys could have like 4 or 5 guys go in the draft. Your team was pretty. The first half of the year, your team was arguably the best damn team in the nation too. Right. So now it's showing because they're all going pro.
Yep.
Hey, coaching matters because when Coach Sampson took over, he was out there on campus with the bullhorn, getting people, please come to the games. And now look at them.
Bryce Hopkins, is that the St. John's guy? Bryce
no,
Hopkins?
it's Ewa something.
Yeah, the Sixers worked him out today. Actually,
I think it's something.
Yeah, it's something close
from
to
St. John's. He was
from
St. John's. He's from St. John's. So that's
Zuby Ejiofor.
Yeah, that's it.
The Sixers worked him out today.
Yeah. So he was the Big East Player of the Year. He actually was at Kansas and he left Kansas. They wanted him to stay, but he said I wanted more playing time, and he went to St. John's and he flourished.
Big East Player of the Year,
he's the
Defensive
Big East
Player of the Year,
now.
Tournament MVP, Scholar Athlete of the Year too. So he's got this too, which matters.
So now the only thing I think really hurts him is because he's really like a power forward type, but he's 6'7". He's more like built like LJ, Larry Johnson back in the day.
Undersized for a center. I saw on your stream that the guy you had on there said he met Larry Johnson outside the game. And saw him walking around.
Luka,
that's phenomenal.
Yeah,
that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Can you imagine just looking and be like, wait, freaking Larry, that's grandmama.
Hey, if you're outside him,
did you guys hear the original plan for his commercial?
Yeah.
No.
The Larry Bird, Magic Johnson. They were creating their own Frankenstein. And at first I was like, where's this going? And they were like, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Larry Johnson, Larry Johnson, Larry Johnson, Larry Johnson. That would
I get it now.
And Larry Johnson said he was sitting there ready for this, this thing to happen. Like, where's Magic? Where's Bird? And then he's like, why is there a bunch of dresses over there?
Yeah, because one of them didn't want to be there.
And why is there
one of them didn't want to be there. So and
who
know who he alluded to. Yeah, I know who he alluded to. So and it wasn't.
That would have been brilliant, dude.
Yeah.
And I love Larry Johnson. I still think that UNLV team is the greatest college basketball team of all time.
No, I'll go back to UCLA. Go back to the UCLA.
In mine, I didn't get to watch that.
Oh, in our time, yes.
They were just them and Loyola Marymount. When those teams would play, it was like 180 to 179, stuff like that. Like that was the future of basketball. We saw. People forget about what was his name? Stretch, the Slender Man, who Stacey Augmon. Remember how great Stacey Augmon was? He was ahead of his time.
Man.
Yeah, he was ahead of his time, man.
Well, I mean, if you look at the game, you can go back to the Knicks with under Rick Pitino, because what was their thing? The 3-point shooting and the way you're playing right now, and they did that with Patrick Ewing on the floor. So Pitino. Yeah, so Pitino was ahead of his time back then. So it's like,
true.
But basketball, all sports, it's cyclical. I mean, you talk with football, pass and pass and pass, and you don't need the running back is position is diminished and whatever. But now you look at it right now, everyone is saying we need a running back. And I've always said it. You
gotta have 2 or 3 nowadays, because you got the third down back, the goal line back, the starting back. You got to have like 3 or 4 running backs.
Running down and defense.
Yep.
Wait a minute.
What's up,
Blaze?
Breaking news.
Dan Housen is on Stephen A's podcast.
Yeah.
That is hilarious. I love it.
I actually, when Perk was making that handshake take and he doubled down on it, it was Stephen A who fought him. He goes, I'm sorry, Perk, but you're so wrong on this one.
Yeah, he did.
And I will give Stephen A credit for that, because he knows the respect of the game. I mean, as much as I shit on Stephen A for some of his takes, he loves basketball and he respects it. And that tradition, when he did that, I was like, hey, it's Stephen A. Even though that picture I took him with that hat, and his ears were like this with the hat on.
I want to say this to some people too, because there's a lot of people who No, I'm gonna say it.
Say it.
Y'all need
it.
to think. Y'all need to learn how to critically think. What you see with Stephen A. and
It's an
all of
act.
these guys out there, they're doing that so you can turn on and watch because it's all about clickbait. He's an actor.
Putting on a show.
Because so many people have said if you meet Stephen A. and you really sit there, he's not like that in real life. He's not like that in person. And it's like that with all of them. They talk
Shock
about
jock. Remember
Yeah.
Howard Stern? You got to be a
Yes,
shock jock.
exactly.
Yeah, you
That's
gotta
my
do
point.
crazy stuff to get attention nowadays.
It's like, and
I get
that's the thing. It's all about and you got to understand, use it for your entertainment purposes.
Yeah.
Do not think it's reality.
Otherwise, it's boring if you don't
Look,
get
the
it.
bottom line is the
I think
man
it's
is
funny.
making money, and I'm going to be honest. 99% of y'all, myself included, if somebody's going to pay me $100 million to do
Yes.
what Stephen A. does, sign my fat ass up.
Yeah, amen. Amen.
I'm going to
Money
be. You have
talks.
to say whatever y'all want about me. I'm this, I'm that. I don't give a damn.
Run
'Cause
me
all that
down.
matters is.
No one ever said anything bad about you, Coach. You're the
yes.
ideal. I know. I'm just.
Shit.
I just got tons of respect for how you
I'm
handle
sorry.
sports.
Let me not
I
get
got
to the hood.
Seriously though, dude, I want to
Yeah.
give you your props because the way you handle your podcast, your sports, you're always respectful. And shout out Jeffy T. I remember he was the same way. I always told him that no matter what the take is in the chat or your people on your panel, you're always respectful for people's opinions. And shout out to you for doing that. There's not enough people like that on this platform that will give people the platform. They may disagree, and that's what this podcast is all about. We can disagree, we can have our own takes, but I'm going to say at the end of the day, it's a sport. It's fun. It's entertainment purposes. And I want to give you your props, Coach, because you deserve it for everything you've been doing on your podcast, on the other ones when you're guests on with MSK and stuff like that. Even the WNBA one I watched last night a little bit too. So I give you props.
Appreciate it.
You need to get your flowers for what you're doing and how you handle your channel and your podcast. So props to you, man. Big time.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So
You
you said
deserve
it best. Jeffy T, because he's one of the ones first that I really worked with. I mean, if it wasn't for Jeff, I wouldn't be here.
Yep.
Because think about it. I met him through being a Giants fan and just talking with him and about Rutgers. I mean, he was a Mets fan, and I'm a Yankees fan. So, but
some people get angry when they disagree. Like people in the chat, they get angry. Oh, fuck you, go! You're out of here. I don't even want you here. Get out of here. No, but you're always respectful, even when someone has a different opinion, and I respect the hell out of that.
Look, I'm too old to really go to another level with some of these takes. And have I lost my cool sometimes with some people? Yes. I mean, when I've had someone call me a coon, man, because
that's disrespectful.
That's disrespectful. Because real talk, you see me in person. Don't think because I'm in a wheelchair, I won't whoop your mother.
Yeah.
Real talk, it will happen. So, but don't bring the hood out of me because it is there.
No.
But.
And that goes for Rios and Mitch too. I'm not discluding. I mean, you guys are part of the show as much as my podcast here on the Blaze McCoy Pick and Roll podcast. I'm glad to have you guys. I mean, we got the different takes. I really wish Randy would have made it because I miss him tremendously too. Hopefully
he got caught up at work.
It's fine. Hopefully everything's cool. But that's one thing in the chat. I want to give a shout out to them and everything. We really weren't talking a lot to you guys today, but we're paying attention. This is a very unique podcast, and I think it needs more eyeballs. It's getting it recently, and I think it's well deserved because of how you guys handle it and how Mitch hands it over to me, and now how you run it, Mitch. Really, the pick and roll is, and I've told you this back before too. It was when Jeffy left is finally when I was like, you know what, I want to be a part of this. I mean, I really do, and that's what made me join.
It took me a year to get you.
And I'm glad I did. You guys are friends, family, and that includes you in the chat. Even Damian Hernandez and his dumb takes, and Arku and his blindness to only OKC, and all the and all the people that I dog for their takes, and Leaf and all the guys in the chat, and Mets, and we got a great community here, man. I'm blessed to be a part of it.
Yeah, no, you're right. That's why I like doing this. It's I mean it's look. Y'all don't understand too because I live in a senior building. And there's people, because I stopped going out there. First of all, seniors sometimes act like high school kids.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, they really do. But some of them are. You need to come out here, and I told one of them, I'm like, look, the stuff y'all be doing out there, I ain't got time for it. But you can socialize. I do socialize. I stream. This is my social, platform. you know. So and I choose this. It's not like this is my only form, you know. No, I can get out, I can go, but no, I do this, and I'm, you know, a lot of times, sometimes my physical body prohibits me with certain things. But you know, if I can be here and I have the energy and the desire, I'm gonna be here. And that's why, you know, it was talking with NYG. He was just, because I told him, I'm like, you know what, I'm going to bring on and start doing one of my shows twice a week. He's like, Coach, you think that's enough? I mean, and he broke it down. He's like, you got the halftime, you got the pick and roll, you got the WNBA, you had Heart of the City.
Bro.
And he's like, I'm like, bro, but most of the times, where am I at? I'm at home. And I'm starting to enjoy doing this, and the creativity and creating the thumbnails and all of this. And
It's something special, man.
There's
There's enough toxicity and negativity out there, and I'm just blessed to be a part of communities that aren't. You know, all the networks that we're in, the Just Fans podcast, Aboriginal, all these people that work together. And I do my little garden stream where I'm outside, but it's a lot of just like therapy. I'm talking about my personal life. I'm talking about what I'm going through, and I'm giving props to the community that we have, because it's very rare, because there's a lot of very toxic, negative communities out there. And we got something really good. And I want to give kudos while I'm on this earth. If I can spread positivity and love and bring people together, that's what I want to do. And I said this before, and I'll say it a million times. When I started YouTube, I didn't think you can make like a real life connection with someone unless you can shake their hand, hug them, and look them literally in the eye. But it is the power of positivity that we have here. And we have a platform to spread that type of positivity. And that's what we're doing. We're bringing all types of fans from all 32 teams together to talk about the sport we love. All right, Mitch. Close out the show.
Back to you, Mitch.
I was having fun.
Now you can speak.
I was having fun.
I mean,
man.
for the past 3 days, watching Coach and watching Mitch do his Sixers stuff and everything, I just kept taking notes. I'm like, I want to talk about this. I want to talk about that. The finals was so exciting for me, and my team wasn't even in it.
I have to admit it. Yeah, it was.
This is the most fun I've had rooting for another team in my time.
You love hate watching.
but here's the thing. That
meme will never die, Rios. That meme will never die. I want to get a grill.
You can talk about, you know, you're right. There's a lot of people who enjoyed this, but the intrigue, the games, yes, it was a 4-1, because most of the time when you think 4-1, you're like, it's really not a good final. This was a good finals. This really was. I mean,
it's like a movie. It was like a movie. Dude, they can make a movie on this.
He was like Rocky, basically. He was getting his ass kicked the first.
You got the young experience. You got the comebacks. You got the resiliency. You got the physicality that went down. You got the question marks. You got the bench players that come out. You have everything you'd want in a series. And you're right. People look back and be like, 4-1. I don't even want to think of watch the highlights. One of the most exciting finals I've ever seen.
And to bring the analytics, because you know me, I'm not big on analytics, but like you said, if you just looked at the numbers,
you think the Spurs won.
You think the Spurs won this, and you're like, the Knicks are trash. But then if you see the final results, you're like, how the hell did the Knicks do it?
And to all the doubters, there's no way you could script what happened in these finals.
No,
you can't.
You can't.
Not even close.
Shout out
to
unless. I mean, the De'Aaron Fox thing is still kind of questionable. It seems like he needs a ring and a jersey.
Team led by a dude.
I've never seen a player suck that bad that late. Oh, every shot. It looked like he was trying to lose.
I'm waiting to hear. Is De'Aaron Fox in cahoots with Brendan Sorsby? I'm waiting to hear it.
They were betting together.
Yes.
This was a true David versus Goliath story.
Yeah, amen. It's a movie. This is a freaking movie. There'll be a 30 for 30 about the series later on.
You best believe it's going to be a 30 for 30. Because of the 53
years, there's so many stories. You know, will Wemby recover? Can the Spurs, like Rio says, can the Spurs come back? Can the Knicks come back next year? There's so many storylines.
Yes.
All right. One last thing, and then we're going to close it out.
Okay, I'll do my one last thing. No, I'm just kidding.
Go for it. I don't care. But me and Coach were talking about this before. Which team is now the laughing stock of the NBA? Because it's not the Knicks anymore.
Spurs. Cleveland Cavaliers, because they have James Harden, and he did that stupid thing with a damn gun.
Ooh.
I said Memphis.
Cleveland. They were the best team in the East. They should have made it to the finals. They fumbled. They flopped. They fell apart. And then Harden gets arrested.
Listen. I mean,
What?
I just hate Cleveland.
Blaze. No, I know you do, Blaze. I know what it is, and that's why I was going to. But most fans, casual fans, are going to look at it and be like, Cleveland's still a good team. They're just going to look at it like that.
They
You know, when you think of laughing stock, you think of dysfunction. You think of sorry play, and he said Memphis, and I was like, you can. Because I said it's between Washington and
it might be
and
Brooklyn
and
Nets.
Brooklyn.
Sorry, NYC.
Yes. I mean, it's just like and the Nets
you're
fans
looking right
hate it.
across the city, going, "Damn, why that's not us."
Yes, exactly. So, and
In the West, it's the Pelicans because of the name.
Sacramento.
They've been. I mean, when were they really good?
I'm gonna go Spurs. You were the favorite.
They weren't even supposed to be.
But they're not a laughing stock. Real.
Yeah.
Yes, I get it, but they're not going to be looked
In
at
the
as
finals.
a laughing stock.
In
the finals, in the playoffs, different.
If
But
they make the playoffs next year,
Mavericks.
look,
Mavericks.
they went
the
from
Lucas
30
shit,
wins. What was it? They went from 32 wins to 60 wins. That's a 30.
Yeah.
That's I mean, it's like.
But like the Jazz have promise.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I said Memphis.
The Pacers have promise, and they were second to last. Depends on what the Bucks do with Giannis. It might be the Bucks. If they do a horrible trade,
I think it might be the Bucks now.
It might be the Bucks. If they don't get enough for Giannis and suck next year, we'll be here at the end of next year.
They become one of the worst teams. Would Miles Turner leaving the Pacers for Milwaukee be the worst decision ever?
Could be.
See, you know what? That could be a laughing
stock. Brook Lopez stay in Milwaukee
for him, but I think that's why it might be Milwaukee. I think the Pacers come right back and be competitive.
The Pacers are fine. Pacers are fine.
Yeah. So
that's why I'm going Memphis.
I mean, Charlotte came back and became good. Orlando was good.
They're not a laughing stock. They're not a laughing stock.
No, the Trailblazers.
No,
the Trailblazers were in the playoffs. Yeah, they were in the playoffs.
Yeah, Pelicans,
My
Mavericks.
guy, Danny Avdija.
I can't say the Mavericks. I can't say the Mavericks because you got Cooper Flag. So they have. This
is a good thing. There is no laughing stock.
Memphis.
How about that? That's my take. There is no. Because here's the thing, Memphis. If they because Ja seems to be on the outs. If they get enough back, they could turn around. They got a lot of good young talent up there.
You know what?
Derek Jackson is gone.
It depends on how they do with Ja.
I don't
if they get enough for Ja, maybe they trade up and get a big pick for Ja and end up getting 2 big picks.
It's going back to Washington and Brooklyn because they have been bad right now for the past few years.
It depends what Washington does in the NBA draft. Because if they actually trade Anthony Davis on draft night, like I'm calling,
what
do you consider a laughing stock? Because that's why I said it's about dysfunction, management, coaching, winning.
Who has not won a championship in like a very
can't be only a championship. Yeah. Only one team out of 32 wins a championship every year. The numbers don't number.
That's why, like you said about the Knicks, you were saying about the Knicks. The Knicks were going through so much dysfunction, stupid shit all the time. From ownership. Really if it wasn't until Brunson got there, but actually until Leon Rose got there to actually start turning it around because you got good management. That's why, to me,
one thing we talk about, you guys didn't draft. And who was Robinson? I think is the only one you drafted, right?
Robinson.
Out of
that's in the rotation. That's in the rotation.
Everyone else is traded.
And that means your upper management did some really good shit. And I know the owner has a lot of hate, but he's getting kind of he gave it to someone who was very smart, and they did the right move.
Look, he's a smart businessman. Think about it. I mean, he used to own a cable company. So, I mean, it's like when you look at that you got to be smart to do that. He's a shrewd businessman. So, yes, I get it. And when you're not doing your job and he has to step in. So, and that's the problem. Yes, he made some bad hires.
It wasn't draft and develop, though. It wasn't draft and develop. It was go find the talent. And it was like a puzzle. You guys put the right pieces to the puzzle over the last few years. And then the final piece was the coach.
But now the pieces, though, were in a sense cast-offs from other places.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
weren't
Like I said earlier,
superstars
they all had
because
something
the
that
Knicks
people could knock.
stopped. The Knicks stopped doing that. Stopped going after the LeBrons, going
Yep.
after the KDs, the Kyries, and all of that. You know what? Let me get your cast-offs. Julius Randle came in. He wasn't a superstar, and he contributed to help turning this franchise around and help stop making it a laughing stock. So
Yep.
yes,
True.
the past 6 years, yes, they've stopped being a laughing stock in all aspects of it, and that to me is what laughing stock has been. Because prior to that, everything. The Dolan messed up the Carmelo because you traded all those picks to get Carmelo Anthony when you had to kept them and added Carmelo because Carmelo would have came here.
He's a free agent. Like,
Yeah, he
It
was
could
a
be the
free
Wizards.
agent.
If the Wizards botch this,
Yeah,
it could be because they've been historically bad for the last few years. They're not threatening any playoffs or championship. And if they screw up this number 1 pick and don't do well next year, that would be if they fumble, if they're 17-65 next year, they become our new laughing stock.
I got another one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this team is like untouchable, but Chicago, what have they done since Derrick Rose?
Dude, I think they were 2 games out. No, they were more than that.
It's got to be Chicago.
But
It has to
but
be.
do people look at them and laugh at them and think they're a joke?
Could be close. Some people could say Chicago, but I think Caleb Wilson is a difference maker. I really do.
It depends on what they do with Josh Giddey. They already paid him, right?
Yeah.
Also, yeah.
Okay, so he's
And
stuck.
my boy Matas Bucelis is still developing. He's young. He's getting better every year, dude. That dude's special. That dude is special. He does things not a lot of players can do.
You talking about Yabusele?
No, Matas Bucelis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's only his 3rd year.
Oh, I remember that now. Yabba dabba doo, Scooby Doo. There we go.
Yeah, Bucelli. I liked him. Sixers bring him back. He did good with us.
He seemed all right with the.
He went to Chicago, didn't he?
Yeah, he went to. We let him. We
I think
sent him over there.
Chicago's only a couple pieces away from getting back into the playoffs. They're not far off. The Wizards, if they trade AD and Trey, and then they fumble the draft pick, then they will be the laughing stock.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. So it comes down to the Washington
Nets
and
too.
Brooklyn.
Sorry, Nets fans.
Yeah, Washington and Brooklyn. Because if you look at all 30 teams,
they just need to leave Brooklyn and go back to New Jersey. So
no, I've even heard. Well, it was someone's take, but they're like maybe send them over to Seattle.
I think, but
Seattle or Vegas.
But isn't the expansion going to get? Well, that would give a different city an expansion team because it's pretty much locked. They're going to be 2 expansion.
Yeah.
But if one team leaves that goes over there, then there would be who would be? Come on, Pittsburgh.
No.
And then trade for Maxey. Pittsburgh. I would love that so much. Get the Piranhas back, man. So we can eat them Pelicans. From Pittsburgh Piranhas.
Wait, hold on.
Name.
Could
That's
New
a
Orleans
dope
be
name.
one? Could New Orleans be
I
one?
said
How
that
they
earlier.
fumbled Zion?
Well, it depends.
It's got to be New Orleans.
I mean, Zion kind of fumbled himself.
Oh no! No.
Yeah, he couldn't control his diet.
I'm not counting him out. You put him in the right organization, that dude can still be a difference maker. He still does crazy. If he can stay, it's too big what ifs. Different organization.
He needs
stay healthy and keep your dick in your pants.
Structure, like a team is gonna be on his ass 24 hours a day.
Because he's special. He's still special. Him and Ja, I'm not giving up on you 2 guys yet. Time is running out, though.
I said Josh getting traded. So.
That's a definite. That's definite.
That's inevitable. Sure. He's getting
It's
traded.
just a matter of where. I've seen Chicago. That's the thing. You put Ja over there. Chicago gets a good draft pick. They're right back in competition. They got decent players. They just don't have a number 1 or a number 2 right now. No superstar and no Batman or Robin. That's the problem. But with that, and Chicago fans, trust me, with the Bears leaving a little, they're going to be hungry for the Bulls to come back and be good again.
They need some because the
city needs
Bears go to Indiana. Like, that's got to be tough.
And I looked at I lived up in that area. It's literally 20 minutes away. Hammond.
So I'm going with New Orleans, Chicago, Washington, Brooklyn, and I got to put Memphis in there.
I think Washington is the only one that, because the other ones are only a couple moves away, and Washington has.
I could have said Atlanta. I could have, but how they're going, looking right now, no.
Well, I saw Atlanta as part of here's where they could be, Mitch, and here's where I agree. I saw a couple trade scenarios where they're that third team in the Giannis stuff, and they get rid of Kuminga and a couple other pieces that could be huge. That would be travesty in Atlanta, because I think Atlanta.
Don't do that.
Atlanta showed towards the end of the year they were a decent team. They were beating teams they shouldn't have beat.
They were the only team that beat New York twice.
And it looked like a resurgence for what's his name, McCollum. It looked like maybe a resurgence for him. He found a better team where he can, strive.
Yeah.
But once again, they're missing a superstar too. You got to have.
I wish I could say Miami, but if they get Giannis and actually do it right,
that's the question of you're giving up Jaquez and Hero and Kel'el Ware, you're gutting that team.
And a 13th pick?
It's those three and a couple picks. I don't know. It's going to be very interesting to where they finally get this damn Giannis saga over with in the next couple days. I'm sick of talking. We've talked about it for 2 years on this podcast.
I know. All right. All right, guys. We're going to end it here.
No, it's my show. Let me send it out. No, I'm just kidding.
Go for it. No, go for it.
I do appreciate you letting me do a little bit more. I'm sorry. I apologize. And we all got our takes in, but I had a lot to say. And this is passion. This is my passion. This podcast is my passion. And because of the hell shit I've been going through, I needed this. So thank you. I love you guys.
Of course. All right, guys. We'll catch you all later. Like, share, subscribe. We'll see you next week, man.
Congrats, Knicks.
Yep. Peace, guys. Have a good one.